No queremos ir ni en Costa Rica, ni en Panamá, ni en Honduras, ni en Nicaragua, en ningún país. Simplemente queremos ir para los Estados Unidos, que es el lugar que nosotros queremos ir.
8,000 Cuban refugees were stuck at Costa Rica's border with Nicaragua when Managua closed its border to them in mid-November last year. They're on their way to the United States, and only 180 of them have made it through.
Esa travesía ha sido bien difícil, pero bueno, gracias a Dios estamos aquí. Se ha pasado un poco de trabajo. Eso no se lo deseo a nadie, ¿eh? Salimos en Ecuador, cogimos Colombia que es un país bien peligroso. Pasamos Panamá, Costa Rica, que hicimos tremenda estancia, nos pasamos 2 meses ahí, hasta que se hicieron los convenios. Ahora México fue más rápido. Pero bueno, pasando trabajo, durmiendo en el piso, a veces pasando hambre.
US immigration policy grants Cubans automatic refugee status and permanent residency after they stay in the country for more than a year. That remains the case, even if they arrive there illegally. The policy was first drafted in 1966 and revised 40 years later, with a slight change. Now, to seek asylum, people must arrive in the US without being intercepted at sea. For that reason, it's been dubbed the wet foot, dry foot policy. The US gives only Cubans this right, and between October 2014 and September 2015, more than 43,000 Cubans exercised it. The Pew Research Center says that's a 78% increase from the year before. So why are they all heading to the US now? Many Cubans fear that the recent thawing of relations between Washington and Havana could bring an end to the policy. But many others in the US and in Central America feel their countries can't sustain the influx of asylum seekers.
Que le diría a los presidentes que abran, presidente de Costa Rica, de Nicaragua, que abran la frontera para nosotros pasar lo único que queremos.
Vamos a hacer la prueba de la ruta. Este es el plan piloto. Entonces, hay 4 parámetros básicos de las 180 personas que van a ocupar este vuelo. Es decir, vamos a empezar con la gente a la que se le estampó la visa el 14 de noviembre.
Last month, several Latin American countries agreed with the International Organization for Migration to implement a pilot program to transfer refugees to the United States. The first group of asylum seekers each paid $555 to join, and they've now arrived in the US via Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala and Mexico. But those 4 countries are still to decide whether the program should become permanent. But countries working to solve the crisis say they're still overwhelmed.
Well, the message is very clear. We cannot take them all. We encourage them not to come. We have done so far as much as we can.
A popular destination for Cuban refugees is Miami, but its mayor says the city doesn't have the money to take care of the refugees who are likely to end up there. A Florida newspaper reported that in 1960, Cuban immigrants received about $1 million worth of US federal funding. Now, they receive about $680 million a year in food stamps and other benefits. Republican presidential candidate and Cuban-American Marco Rubio thinks the US policy is outdated and hard to justify, given that Cubans who now come to settle in the US end up travelling to and from Cuba. He questions whether they can be considered oppressed.
Trabajar, sé que tengo que trabajar mucho, pero espero con mi trabajo poder subsistir, tener una vida decente para mí, para mis hijos. Espero poder un día ir a unas votaciones y elegir a un presidente, que en Cuba no se hace.
Pues luchando por un sueño de la libertad cubano.
But whatever their reason for coming to the US may be, it seems many Cubans will continue to make the most of the wet foot, dry foot policy for some time yet.